Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Erica, and I am here to talk to you about my stitching, my new Halloween pattern, and my crazy week. If you're new, welcome. If you don't like chit chat, you can look at the description box, and I will have a timestamp for when you can go straight to the stitchy talk. My feelings won't be hurt at all. I totally get it. I'm kind of the same way. If you're returning, I missed you guys. I always miss you guys. I almost didn't do this video today for a variety of reasons. One of which I won't go into too much because I don't want to cry and I'm very upset about what's going on. I use Flosstube as my way to escape at night. I mentioned before I have very bad anxiety. I ruminate, as you can probably tell, over things all night. I'm sick of it. I am so sick of it. And I am ready to be a part of change and taking action to stop this because this is getting out of control. So that's all I'm going to say because, like I said, I understand that a lot of people come to Flosstube, they don't want to hear real world stuff, and I totally get it. My kids are waking up slowly in their beds, so you might hear that, and I might have to stop the video. My husband is not home. He's been gone this week. He gets home today. He's on a flight right now, actually, should be landing any minute. So that was another reason why I almost didn't do this video. I am like half awake in my pajamas, but I really do love talking to you guys every week. And I know a lot of you look forward to Sunday mornings with me, which I think is amazing, and I'm very flattered. So I wanted to be sure to be here today if I really could, and I could. So life updates. Like I mentioned, my husband is gone. He's only been gone for like a week, and I laugh because of course it's been like the craziest week ever. The first night he was gone, I think it was Monday, we had a tornado warning or watch, whichever one that actually means that there was a tornado spotted in the neighborhood. I'm from Florida, y'all. We do not have tornadoes. We have hurricanes. If they would have been like, oh, category 3 hurricanes on its way, I'd been like, cool, let's party. We grew up having hurricane parties. Like, if it was a category 3, we would stay. Any 4 above, and we would evacuate. But I have never been through a tornado watch. And the sky, I actually remember driving home, and the sky was insanely dark. I should try to hurry it because I know my daughter's awake, but she'll usually stay in her crib for a while and just talk to herself. The sky was like weirdly dark. You could tell something was going on. And we get home, and then all of a sudden my phone starts getting these notifications that there's a tornado. A tornado has been spotted in your area. Seek shelter immediately. You know, catastrophic damage could happen. I was like, oh my God. I had just finished making dinner for the kids. They were sitting down to eat. I was like, you guys need to eat fast, and we're gonna go hang out in the basement. Like, I was trying to remain calm. I didn't want to freak them out. My son is he's highly sensitive, can be very anxious just like I am. And thank God I had half a bottle of wine. So I made the kids scarf down dinner. I grabbed my wine and go downstairs. I drank half a bottle of wine in like 20 minutes. I was so nervous. Thankfully nothing happened. It passed right through, passed right by us. Well, like I said, that was my husband's first night gone. It's kind of a tradition now. Whenever he leaves town, I buy a new car, start a new business, or renovate the house in some way. So this week I have painted the entire basement, which is about 1,000 square feet. We had the paint. My husband had started it. He did just a little bit of the trim and the bathroom when his dad was here after we first moved in, and his dad was showing him how to do baseboards and tile and electrical stuff. So I was just the adrenaline was still pumping, and I was like, there's no way I could just sit around. Oh, and the power went out that day too. Hours beforehand, in a perfectly sunny, cleared part of the day for no absolute reason. So that was the 3rd time our power's gone out in 2 weeks. So it had just been a day. Like, I was like, I can't sit down and cross stitch and concentrate, so I'm just gonna start painting. So I would paint for about an hour and a half a day while my kids would either watch cartoons on there or they would play nicely. Oh my God, they have been so freaking sweet this week. Like, so nice to each other. Maybe they could sense that like mommy needed a break because they were being so good. But I painted the whole basement. There's photos on my Instagram, Erica D House. I'm gonna post more photos soon because it's not completely finished. We still need to put baseboards up, but I've hung art. The guest room looks amazing for my dad and my brother coming on Tuesday, and then my mom coming next week. So I'm really excited. But it has been a crazy week. It was one of the busiest weeks I've ever had for my Etsy shop. I decided to renovate the entire basement. I'm excited for my husband to see it today. My son is so sweet. He kept looking around. Mommy, it looks so beautiful. Daddy's gonna love it. And I was like, oh gosh, you're so precious. But I guess that's been about it. It's been a week. It's been a long week. Yeah, it's hard to get all my work done and keep the house clean and take them to activities every day, and try to work out and paint an entire basement with no help. So I'm glad my husband will be home. So jumping into things today, I only have 2 things that I worked on this week. My Christmas village and my new Halloween pattern, which I am so excited to show. And we had the big Lizzie Cake giveaway last week. I've got another big giveaway this week, Country Cottage Needleworks one. And while I was doing this basement renovation, I think I've mentioned before, my husband's a little bit of a hoarder. A little bit, I mean a lot. He's a lot of a hoarder. He keeps pretty much everything. When we first met and started dating, he had like 40 to 60 pairs of shoes, all skate shoes that he hadn't worn in a decade. They were just from, in case he wanted to wear them again. Spoiler alert, he hasn't skated since the day that we met. And he actually donated all those. I remember taking a photo of him in our house at Fort Rucker in Alabama, and it was like covering the entire kitchen floor. It was so many shoes. He grew up very poor, and I think that's where his feelings of needing to hoard come from. Like, his material possessions make him feel safe, successful, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to get into analyzing my husband because we could be here all day. But he likes to keep his stuff, and I don't. If I haven't touched something in 6 months, if I haven't used it in 6 months, and it's not sentimental, like for my kids as a baby, or a holiday-related item that you only use once a year, I donate it. It is out the door. You guys might have noticed I only have like a couple outfits that you've probably seen me wear multiple times already. Like, I just don't like stuff. I feel burdened by it. I get anxious if there's stuff everywhere, if it's cluttered. So we're very opposite in that regard. But while I was going through the guest room, which was wall-to-wall boxes, like 3 feet high of stuff, I found my husband has a secret cross-stitch stash that I had no idea about. So I'm going to show you some of that. Okay, so let's get into things because, I got like 12 minutes before I'm supposed to wake him up. So my first whip is I don't remember if it's Little House or Country Cottage, Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday Series. Oh my gosh, and I've always got so much thread everywhere. I have made really good progress on it this week. So I have been working on, gosh, this is like, I need an assistant to just hold up my stuff. Anyways, I've been working on the train station. I got most of the train done. Then there's this little platform and a dude. So I just need to finish the little train station and the windows. And then I've really been working on the sweet shop below it. It's so cute. There's 2 candy canes on either side and a cake. And then my son was looking at it and I was like, yeah, I still need to add Grandpa to Grandpa's house. And he goes, well, why don't you put him at the candy shop so he can get candy? I was like, that's exactly why I put it there, because Grandpa likes the sweets. And then I feel like I worked on maybe the pet shop, maybe not. But this is what we're working with so far. So the church is going up here. And the florist is gonna be down there. Yeah, that did not work out well. Oh shoot, I didn't see what time I stopped talking about family stuff. I'm gonna guess 8 minutes, because we're at 9 minutes already. So that was I worked on that for a couple of days this week. Like I said, the shop has been really busy. And typically when my husband's here, I can get some work done after dinner, if he's home for dinner. I mean, he often doesn't even come home till their bedtimes anyways. But I was not able to get that time. So I had to work purely while they were sleeping, which does not give me a whole lot of time. So my other, I'll show you one. I have an FFO, kind of, sort of, not really. I showed these frames off last week, and I put my July piece in here. So I hung it on the wall for 3 days of July that we had left. And it's being held on by tape, like just double-sided tape that I put back there because I need to go get magnets because I want to be able to switch this out. I'm going to do the probably October, November, December one for sure this year. Eventually I might do them all because it's kind of cute to have one for every month. But I also want to add a bow. Nothing too extravagant, but I do want to bow, maybe put a second border behind this, a first border of fabric behind here. But I'll just do that for next year because July's over, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so also this one is not fully connected because I'm waiting on my hot glue gun. I'm waiting on it because I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm gonna order it from Amazon today. I have had no time. So this is the first in my Halloween ornament series. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So this one's called Candy Corn Lane because she's got like a little candy corn street, and it's a little witch with a cauldron. And this is supposed to be Kit Kat. It might look like a dog to you. It can be a dog to you. It can be whatever you want if you stitch it. The only way I could have gotten the triangle ears is if I did half stitches, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do, even though they're very simple, they are hard to do on 14 count, and I didn't want to really start doing specialty stitches because I know a lot of people don't know what it is and don't want to do it. So like I said, this is the first. Ooh, yeah, it's not good. I need to put it on still. Don't judge me. But this is the first in a series, and so I am going to do at least 3, if not 6, if not 9. I have so many ideas. It is going to be a Halloween town. I'll say that. So lots of different fun scenes, some more houses. But this is the witch's house on Candy Corn Lane, and there's a blood moon. That's why it's red, and she's green. I hope you can see it well. So I need to take pictures of this real fast, but by the time this video is uploaded, there is a link to my Etsy shop below if you'd like to purchase it. You can get a PDF and stitch it immediately. This took me 2 days to stitch. I will get printed versions made. Probably not too many. I think a lot of people prefer the PDFs, but I will do the printed versions as well because I know people like that. I love the house. It is so freaking cute. This green is, I believe it's steamed broccoli by Gentle Art, and it's the perfect, all of these colors are the perfect Halloween colors. Like, I spent so much time finding this green, orange, yellow, purple, red that coordinate so well together. So there's 3 fancy flosses in this. The green, the orange you really don't need to get. It is a fancy floss, but it is not variegated at all. It's called Carrot, but it's just the perfect Halloween orange. But the DMC, I did provide DMC equivalents in the chart, and it is a very, very close copy of that. Same with the purple. The purple I have is pretty close, but the tone is just a little bit different. So if you can only afford to get one variegated floss, or over dyed floss, get the green, the steamed broccoli, because you can really see variegation in it, and it's just it's perfect for Halloween. Also on the pattern, I just eyeballed these stars, you guys. Like, might not be exactly like what the pattern's listed, but I'm not counting all that on 28 count. So I eyeballed it. It's fine. It finishes at like 4 1/4 and 4 inches. When I want to do an ornament for a tree, I'm not going to do a 6-inch big ornament. Like, that's just, my tree's not going to be that big for Halloween, I don't think. 6 inches is pretty big for an ornament. And so, I mean, they're nice because they take up a lot of space, but with this finishing, it's 5 inches square. This fabric is from Riley Blake Fabulous, her line from this year. And then there's just a black satin ribbon up here. So I love it. And hopefully, if you guys stitch it, please tag me on Instagram, Erica D House, hashtag Stars Hollow Stitchery. So I think the series is going to be called Stars Hollow Halloween. And it's going to be Stars Hollow, the town, at Halloween time. Not really Stars Hollow, like from Gilmore Girls, but just a fictional, cute, sleepy New England town at Halloween time. Yay! So I'm very excited to show that. Okay, so just a tiny bit of haul. This is all I got last week. Part 6, the final part to the Jack Frost Tree Farm by Little House Needleworks. The pine tree one. I have fabric coming so I can restart the series because I am getting a little close to finish on my Christmas village. I have 2 new buildings to do, and then it's just finishing up everything else. I could finish it in a week or we'll say 2 weeks if I really wanted to, and I kind of really want to just because I want to start something else. I don't know if I'm going to start this one next because it's another Christmas one. I'm going to probably start the Tiny Modernist Medieval Castle for my daughter. But I am going to start stitching ornaments more regularly because I need some for my tree. Like, I have none, and Christmas is going to come before we know it. So this is my haul this week. And I also had some stitchy kindness. My friend Amanda May from Art of Design sent me some fabric to make a custom project bag for her, which I have finished, but I'm not going to show off. I'm going to let her do that because it's amazing. Not my own skills, like not the fact that I made it. It's a nicely made bag, but the fabric that she sent is amazing. So watch her Flosstube. It's not going to be this coming one because she shoots on Tuesdays and puts them on Wednesdays, I think. So the following week she should have it because I have one more bag to make for her today. And then I'm hoping to get everything out in the mail tomorrow. And she also sent me a couple other things, but my kids have already taken them or they're being used. But she sent me this cute Mill Hill ornament kit. Like I said, I need to get working on the ornaments because this is beautiful and I love it. So I can't wait to stitch that. I love the card she sent. It looks like a vintage card my mom would send me. She always sends me cute vintage cards. And then she sent me her pattern banana pants party. It's so cute. I sent a picture to my mom and I was like, look at how cute this is. And she was like, what the heck is a banana pants? I love it. And she's got, I think this is from her series. She did, small and sweet sampler series. And she did another one with like crabs making taffy on the beach. And I was like, I'm dead. That is so cute. So thank you so much. It was very, very kind of you. It made my day. It was so sweet to open up that package. Okay, so getting into my husband's, oh shoot, I'm supposed to wake him up in 3 minutes. I can finish this in 5 minutes. My husband's cross-stitch cross-stitch stash that I had no idea existed. So apparently we have 3 rolls of 14 count Aida. I bought some Rit dye at Walmart yesterday. I'm going to try to dye 2 brown, like a mottled brown, and 1 purple for Halloween stuff. So we have this. When I was pregnant with my son, he made him a giant, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, he was I can't say this without laughing because he was a grown man who was really into perler beads at the time, like those little plastic beads that you put on like the pronged plastic canvas and then melt them in the oven. And my husband was really into perler beads at the time, so he made him a giant wall-sized Nintendo scene with his name on it. Because apparently in Alabama, when you give birth, you have a wreath that you put on the door. And some people would do like a hunting theme because it's Alabama, or ballerina, or, you know, roll tide, whatever Alabama sport that is, football, something. And we did Nintendo, and we did a perler bead canvas and not just, but anyways, he was also working on a mobile. So my husband made all these little felt ornaments to make a mobile to go above his crib, which clearly was never finished. But I am going to finish it. So it's just these 3, and I can make them so that they're, you know, different heights and put it on just like a dowel rod or something, and we'll hang it up in one of the kids' rooms. It's so sweet. My husband's very crafty. He also had quite a few finished and unfinished cross-stitch pieces that I had no idea he did. I know he did it when we were married because I don't think he was in a cross-stitch before then. Oh shoot. Well, it's gonna be so far away you can't see it. This is a pattern for a Black Hawk, which is the helicopters that he flies. He has started this one. I am going to finish it for him. He doesn't watch these, so he's not gonna know this stuff. So there's the start. It's way smaller. I mean, that pattern is almost like, it's bigger than the actual stitch piece. But I'll finish this, probably add some stuff around it, like either a border or his name, maybe the date he graduated from flight school, and I'll frame it for his office. He started this. I don't know what it is, but he started that. Here's a completed piece he did. Every day is a check ride. It's just so cute to picture my husband cross-stitching. And this was not, I don't know where I was at the time, but I didn't see him stitching this. So check ride, things that you have to do in flight school is you'll have check rides all the time. I remember having to help him study all the time because you get to know a lot of stuff to fly a helicopter. And he, I guess, I don't know where he found this at. I don't know if he made the pattern himself, but every day's a check ride. Oh, and this is his little army on the helicopter. That is so cute. So I'm gonna finish this and put it in his office for him. And here, we'll do these 2. This is Link from Zelda. I don't think it's finished, but I might frame it as is, unless I can find the pattern. I might look around the pattern today. Mega Man, which is really funny because my son actually likes Mega Man, because my husband does, but obviously not finished either. I might try to finish just this guy and maybe the blue on him and put it in my son's room. And then the last piece that I don't know if I knew that this existed. Like, I feel like it's a little familiar now that I see it, but I really don't have a recollection of him doing this. Apparently, he had a photo of us made into a cross-stitch chart. How sweet is this? It's a couple pages, and you'll probably see why he stopped it when I show you his progress. The colors were not very good that the program chose. You know, my face has got some brown splotchy stuff going on, like maybe I'm contagious with something. So I don't think I'm going to be finishing this one, but I will keep it for posterity. He even gridded out. How cute is that? He got a little pencil and did a grid on that. That was one of our first photos that we had ever taken together. I remember we were sitting there watching The Princess Bride when we were dating. So that's my husband's secret cross-stitch stash that I had no idea existed. But I'm glad it did, because I am going to dye me some Ada today. Or maybe not today, but soon. Little floss pack that came with. It's so cute. It's from Alabama Needle Arts, Military and Cross Stitch, a complete kit, an enterprise. So where we were stationed at for flight school, there's a tiny town right outside the gates called Enterprise, Alabama. And I actually remember him getting that from the gift shop that was in a strip mall right outside the gate. And it was like an Army gift shop. So I remember him getting it that day. So it was really cute. And I was pregnant at the time because it was close to when we were moving, because I moved the day I was discharged from the hospital. That was fun. Okay, so giveaway for last week was these Lizzie Kate patterns. The question I asked was, what is a craft that you've always wanted to do but you haven't learned yet? And bonus points if you bought stuff for it, like I have with knitting, and have actually made no efforts to learn it. So many of you also want to learn knitting. Like the majority, I would say 80% of what people said was knitting. And I think I said in a comment or reply to someone's comment, like, you would think by now there would be a YouTube tutorial that made it like foolproof. I don't want to say dummy proof, because we're not dummies, but it is just hard to learn. Like, I don't understand why it is that difficult. But I felt the same way about sewing. You know, for a decade I tried to learn how to sew. I remember my dad showing me twice how to use a sewing machine, and I just could not even fathom like how to thread it. Like, it took forever. And then I learned it. And I still remember the feeling that I got when I finished my first quilt top. I was elated. I was so proud of myself for finishing something that I literally never thought that I could do. So I know knitting is the same way. I cannot comprehend making some beautiful sweater by just doing this with 2 needles. I don't get it. I've watched tutorials. It's so beyond me. I'm going to take an in-person class. There's a shop here that does knitting classes, and I am going to look into taking classes myself. It's just timing has to be good with my husband's schedule, because I can't take my kids. So they were fun to read through. So thank you guys for commenting. The winner of these are Sharon Dowz, D-A-U-Z. I hope I said that right. My email's below. Please email me your address, and I'll get these in the mail this week. I am mailing out the giveaway winners from last week tomorrow. I believe her name was Karen. I just emailed her back this morning, if you're watching. And then today's giveaway is I'm just going to call it Country Cottage Needleworks big giveaway, because it's 4 patterns, and 2 are Country Cottage and 2 are Little House, but they're related, so it's a mother-daughter team. They're fine. The first one is Christmas Tree Farm from Santa's Village. Then we have the Sweet Shop. This is the same one I'm working on. I had an extra. Someone sent me. The Sweet Shop. These would make the cutest Christmas ornaments. And then we have Daisy Lane Cottage. And another, it says Welcome Home. So how pretty are those? So 4 patterns that you can win today by answering who is your favorite floss tuber. You can't say me. Ha, not that you would. But I really want to find more to follow again. And I know I've asked this question before, but I don't think it was as a giveaway question. So in order to enter, you gotta tell me who you watch on Flosstube. And please be a subscriber and like the video as well. I go through ruts where I feel like I've seen everybody on Flosstube, but I know that there are many, many, many other Flosstubers out there who are amazing, who I just haven't stumbled across yet. I'm particularly looking, and I don't know how to word this so that nobody gets offended, but I would really like to find people who are my age, kind of just my stage in life. It's just fun. It's fun to watch other 30-somethings who are also stitching, might be stitching different pieces than the 50-somethings are stitching, which I have nothing against, like, at all, because they're extremely talented, and I get so many ideas from watching those who might be more in my mom's age range. But I feel like I haven't found anyone young recently. Like, I found a lot of other Flosstubers recently, but not very many my age. And I'm not that young, but I'm just saying, like, if you know many 30-somethings, let me know. But anybody in general, like, whoever your favorite Flosstuber is, I would love to get a huge list of people that I can go and check out. So that's it for me. I need to go wake up my children's. I'm excited. My husband's going to be home any minute now. They're going to freak out. They've missed him so much. This was the first time he's really been away since my daughter was born. We have been very lucky. We timed it so that I got pregnant right before he left for a deployment, and he came home the week before she was born. So he has pretty much, I think, been home her entire life. My son, he deployed when he was about 18 months, got home when he was around 2. And even prior to that deployment, he had missed half his life, because he would go 6 weeks here, 4 weeks there, 3 weeks here, another 6-week thing here, 3 months at one point. So for my son, he's fun when dad's gone, because that's just what he knows. But my daughter, I was a little nervous about how she would do, and she was fine. She still wakes up every morning, Dada, Dada. I'll say, Daddy's not here. But aside from that, she's fine the rest of the day. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you for watching. Sorry this is a short video. Sorry if I have bags under my eyes. I don't think they're too bad. Like I said, I've been staying up till like 1 o'clock in the morning painting or stitching or sewing project bags, and then waking up at 6:30 to water the garden and get ready for the day with my kids. So I haven't had a lot of sleep this week. I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Like I said, if you get my pattern, please tag me. I would love to see other people stitching it. My Instagram is below, Erica D House, or you can just hashtag Stars Hollow Stitchery, and I check the hashtag. And I appreciate everyone's support and all the kind words I get every week from you guys. I think I mentioned before, you guys are my best friends. I talk to you more than I talk to pretty much any other adults that I'm not related to in this town. My dad and my brother will be here this week, so I might get a little bit less stitching done, but I typically just stitch over nap and at bed after they go to sleep. And so I think I'll probably still be able to do that, because they'll probably go and do touristy things while my kids are napping while I hang out at the house while they sleep. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next weekend.